Hi guys, so today I'm going to be filming. I just have to say something, I haven't filmed for quite a while, so I'm feeling a little bit like I'm not used to this, like I'm not used to the lights and everything, like I'm feeling a bit, I don't know, what do you call it, disorientated maybe, but I haven't filmed for a little while because I've had a lot going on, but I have an exciting video for you guys today. I'm going to be doing something for niche beginners. So what I mean by niche beginners is maybe people who have most commonly been associated with designer fragrances, you know, Lancome, Yves Saint Laurent, Chanel, Christian Dior, fragrances like that, and you're just used to the fragrances that are in, you know, your standard mall. These fragrances here, to me, don't really differ too far, like they don't stretch too far into another pool. I feel like if you really want to, you know, try something a little bit different than La Vie Belle from Lancome or Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium, or if you're a guy, you know, Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme or Versace Eros, if you want to kind of explore further, if you want to try something a little bit different but you are a bit, you know, maybe uneducated when it comes to niche fragrances, I think I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I have 7 here. I have 7 niche fragrances that I feel personally would be really appropriate for people that are just entering the niche world. These are not super complex fragrances or super weird or just crazy or feature weird notes. These are all fragrances to me personally that I feel like a lot of you people watching this video who like, you know, designer fragrances, a lot of designer brands and things like that, you guys will like these fragrances, I feel. So I feel personally. So let's just get into the list. I have, like I said, 7 fragrances here, and I'm going to start out with this one right here. This is Serge Lutens Un Bois Vanille. Now, I have talked about this fragrance a lot on my channel, but Serge Lutens in general is a fantastic place to start if you want to get more into niche fragrances, because I think that they will do at least one fragrance, at least one, that is your taste. If you're a person, like I said, who likes designer, you like La Vie Belle, and maybe not even that, I'm just using that because it's super popular. But if you just like designer fragrances, Serge Lutens will definitely have a fragrance in their vocabulary, or in their, they will definitely have one in their, you know, in their collection that will fit your liking. So this one I'm recommending because it's one of my favorites from Serge Lutens. This is Un Bois Vanille. It's a very kind of simple vanilla scent, but not simple in a bad way, it's simple in a good way. It's like a perfect simple vanilla. It's a bit waxy, it's got a bit of coconut, a bit of licorice, some woodiness, but nothing's too much or too aggressive or too anything. And I do know for a fact, I know a really big YouTuber, I can't remember her name, I'm really sorry. I know that she wears this on her date night, and she's into more like designer stuff, so I do know that this one appeals to a lot of people, like a huge range of people. So check it out if you want to explore the niche world. This is a great one to start with. Un Bois Vanille from Serge Lutens. How could I not mention Parfum de Marly de Lena? Yes, if you're a local on my channel, this is very, very, very well known on my channel because I love it so much, but I would say 100% this is a very likable scent. It's very easy to understand, but there is a little bit of a niche twist to it. It's not just your typical fruity, oh my god, every time I smell this fragrance, I love it so much. It's not your typical fruity, floral, plush, you know, powdery floral. It's not like that. There's definitely a unique niche twist to it that I feel like a lot of people will love, but yet be familiar with in a certain way. So Parfum de Marly de Lena, this is probably like my #1 if you want to get into the niche world. I would start here. If you're a girl and you like feminine fragrances, floral fragrances, fragrances that make you feel girly, whenever I wear this, I feel, let me say that again, I feel really, really feminine and really girly. I haven't worn this one for a while actually. And it's probably because I'm in winter, because this one's definitely, you know, it definitely shines in summer and spring, but it's definitely an all year round scent. Parfum de Marly in general, if you want to get into niche, is the perfect house to start in, because their fragrances are not super challenging. There's a few that are like, whoa, but there's most of the Parfum de Marly range is very easy to understand for the typical person. Okay, so the next one, we have another vanilla, and this one is from Van Cleef & Arpels, and this is called Orchid Vanille. Now, this fragrance I love, and it's been on my tray for my fall winter perfume collection, because I love this one. I love this one always, but especially in the fall and winter. It's so cozy. It's a beautiful, again, simple vanilla, like a very, very simple vanilla fragrance. The only thing about this fragrance is that it doesn't have great longevity. The previous two fragrances that I just mentioned have fantastic longevity, whereas this one does kind of lack in the longevity world. But Orchid Vanille to me smells like a sponge cake, like a vanilla, kind of like a vanilla orange chocolatey sponge cake, like a chocolate vanilla swirl sponge cake with some orange. It's fantastic. It's not too heavy, it's not too sweet, it's not just too much, it's perfect. And I really, really, really see most people liking this fragrance, especially if you're more into designer fragrances and you do want to kind of get into the niche. I feel like this one is a great way to start. And also the Van Cleef & Arpels, their private line here, which is in these bottles, is also a great way to start. I didn't want to mention any designer private blends because I feel like that's just getting a bit confusing, but they're also a great way to start if you want to get into niche. Go to the designer brands like Dior and Chanel and go to their private collection and have a little sniff and see what you think, because a lot of the private collections from designers do smell more complex, more different, more unique. So try there, but for me, I've just got a couple of recommendations for you guys, so let's move on. The next one is from Mancera. Mancera, again, in general, is a fantastic house to check out if you want to explore niche fragrances, because I feel like you definitely, especially Mancera, there is so many fragrances from Mancera. You are guaranteed to find at least one fragrance from them that you love. So this is Velvet Vanilla. To me, this is a bubblegum, sweet bubblegum tuberose scent. It's very, very sweet. It's very intense. There is a note of tuberose in here, which tuberose is kind of a more classic floral, but there's a huge dose of vanilla, like an overwhelming hit of vanilla in this fragrance that just smells incredible. It smells to me, like I just said, a bubblegum tuberose. So Velvet Vanilla from Mancera, I definitely recommend it if you want to kind of get into more niche fragrances. The house in general is fantastic, but this fragrance is so good. The next fragrance that I have here is probably debatable. Like when I put this in my safest fragrances to blind buy, people were like, that is not a safe fragrance. That is not a easy fragrance. But for me personally, as a person, as a fragrance enthusiast, I find this fragrance really likable. Every single person that I know personally loves this fragrance, and I do feel like it is great if you're just getting into niche fragrances. Maison Francis Kurkdjian, I feel like a lot of their fragrances may be a little bit more complex. He has quite a lot of different unique fragrances in his line, but I definitely feel that Baccarat Rouge 540 is easily one of the most likable from his line. So check this one out. I do think it's very easy to like, easy to understand. To me, it smells like spun sugar. Yeah, like it smells like spun sugar to me, like 100%, and it's fantastic. It lasts forever. It's got a huge sillage. It's a fantastic fragrance, huge compliment getter. It's a crazy fragrance. Like it's very, very unique, but at the same time, I do feel like a lot of people like this. Like I know a lot of people, especially online, that have this fragrance. They wear mostly designer fragrances. Like they stick to their designers, like the Black Opiums and stuff like that, and they own this fragrance. So Baccarat Rouge 540, definitely check it out. Ooh, okay, I love this next one. This is from Martin Mikolev, and this is Alang in gold. First of all, the bottle is just beautiful. Like I love this bottle. And the fragrance itself is stunning, and I think so many people would love this fragrance. If you're into designer, you'll love this fragrance. I just know that this is one of my most personally likable fragrances that I have in my collection. This is one of my most likable fragrances in my collection. I love this one in more the spring summer months because it definitely shines. In the winter, it's not a super strong pungent fragrance, and that's probably why I think most people will like it, because it's quite soft and delicate. It's a beautiful fruity vanilla floral. The floral is not overpowering, it's more of that vanilla and a little bit of a fruitiness to it. There's also coconut in here, which definitely gives it a little bit more of an exotic touch. And there is a little bit of an overlying floral, but it's not super prominent in the fragrance. There is ylang-ylang, there's fruit, there's vanilla, there's coconut, like I said, but it is a fantastic fragrance. It's not weird, it's not pungent, it's not weird and like, you know, wacky and niche. It just smells incredible. So Micallef Ylang Gold to me is definitely a fragrance. If you want to get into niche fragrances, you don't know where to start, here. This is incredible stuff. I love this fragrance so much. All right, this one is from Mancera. This is my final fragrance in my list, and this one is Très Cher. Now, to me, this is one of my most, again, with Micallef's Ylang Gold, likable fragrances in my collection. I can't see anybody not liking this fragrance. It is so stunning, but very, very simple. And to me, simplicity is perfection. The notes in here are like orange blossom, amber, vanilla. I can't even remember what else is in here, but it's super, super soft, gentle, sweet, powdery, innocent, very innocent sort of scent, very girl next door, very feminine, very just beautiful. And to me, I've said it before, it reminds me a little bit of Dolce & Gabbana Pour Femme, but nowhere near as powdery, nowhere near as sweet, a much more high-end version of Dolce & Gabbana Pour Femme. So if you know that fragrance, I do feel like you would love this one right here. There's a subtle powderiness, there's a bit of a sweetness, a bit of a floral. It is just absolutely incredible, and I love this fragrance so much. The only thing is that it doesn't have a big projection, so like people can't really smell you in a room or anything like that, which is unfortunate because I love the scent so much. But it is a beautiful fragrance, and I would 100% recommend it, especially Mancera as a brand. I think is also a great brand if you're more into designer and you want to get into niche. Mancera is Alberto Marias' fragrance line, who, if you don't know, Alberto Marias has done so many. He's a master perfumer. He has done so many fragrances for designer houses and designers in general. So his line is not designer, but it does smell very likable, in my opinion. They're very likable fragrances. So Mancera Très Cher, definitely check it out if that appeals to you. That is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed this. These were my recommendations. I have a big collection, and these were the only ones that I would say if you're just getting into niche fragrances and you're not really sure where to go, what to spend your money on, or what houses to go to, what brands. These are the ones that I would recommend. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!